All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's good to see everyone here. I see you, Ravi. I see you, Kohagen. I see you, Holster. Welcome, one and all, to yet another day for us to read some One Piece. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Yo, peoples, Kyushu92 here, and welcome to yet another One Piece chapter reaction. Now, we got some big news concerning One Piece as a whole before we get started on this chapter. I've already shared this in the community posts, and I've already shared this in the Discord, but the One Piece anime will be going on break starting on October 20th this year, and extending all the way, a break that extends all the way to April of next year. Due to them wanting to deliver the best possible episodes for the Egghead arc. And for those of us who read and me reacting to the manga for you guys, well know, there's a ton of things in Egghead that absolutely will be peak when they get turned into episodes. Y'all know the ones I'm talking about, the Gorosei, and everything that goes down with them, just for an example. So, the One Piece anime will be going on a pretty much 6-month-long break. When's the last time the anime has ever gone on a break that long? Just putting it out there. But it's going to be going on a 6-month-long break until the episodes return. Now, in the meantime, we're going to be getting some special re-edited episodes of the Fishman Island arc, which is going to consist of 21 episodes, and if I remember correctly, there was a lot more episodes in the Fishman Island arc compared to how they're going to condense it down. And there's also going to be that little special animation, I guess, as well, but it didn't say if it was going to be happening next week or not, this upcoming Saturday or not. I don't know. I'll look into it a little bit more, or those who are far more knowledgeable than me, you guys let me know as well. But yeah, that is something substantial for the One Piece anime. They're going to be going on a 6-month-long break. And I actually feel, and I've spoken about this to some people in the Discord, it's actually a good idea for them to do this due to the fact that they are pretty much starting to, I wouldn't say fully catch up to where the manga is, because the manga is already in the Elbaf arc. We are already in the midst of that. Egghead is over, but it seemed like the anime was starting to get close enough to surpass getting close to the number of chapters of One Piece. So with this 6-month-long break, there will be plenty of chapters of One Piece out before we return to the anime. Ozzy, it is good to see you. Just explaining to everyone the fact that the One Piece anime is going on break for the next 6 months, preparing for some more peak episodes from the Egghead arc. Because the last episode we got with Kobe, that was peak Kobe. Oh my goodness, that was peak Kobe, but it was amazing. But I just thought I'd let you guys know that is what's going to be happening for the anime as it stands starting on October 20th. Now, whether that means we are getting that little episode this Saturday, or they start on Saturday and then we don't get an episode, I feel like we're going to get that little One Piece fan letter animation, and then it's going to go on break. So you guys keep me posted on that. I'll keep my ears to the ground for that as well. But that's what's going on with the anime. Now with the chapters, we are fully in the Elbaf arc, and Luffy and company have found themselves in what appears to be a giant built enclosure for humans. And of course it has like different kinds of animals in there as well. And they break out, and then we get this individual that many of the people refer to as a sun god. So, given the fact that Luffy is technically Nika, it's going to be an interesting exchange. And this giant figure with a giant deer head on his head, like a skeleton, a skull on his head, carrying a shield along with what appears to be like either a sword or a staff, I forget, was chasing after him. So let's see what happens in chapter 1129, Live Dolls. And we have Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest Surrogate Pilgrimage, Volume 16, Ninja Training at Amigasa Village. So we have Kumachio, and Yamato watching Tama train with Shinobu, who has apparently returned to her original stout self. Wow, so that slim look for Shinobu was short-lived, apparently. Apparently, she either Shinobu, what happened? What happened? She was slim. She looked just as slim as she did before she started to become a high-calorie human. She went right back to that size again. Either she can alter her size or she had way too many kibidongos. So, but Tama is training, and apparently she has some very good aim because she's throwing some kunai at a target, and she's hitting it on the bullseye. Still wondering about the kidnappings and the Minatomo guy. Still wondering about that. But yeah, apparently Tama has been, training hard because she has the scrapes to prove that she's been training hard as a kunoichi, just like Nami. So yeah, chapter 1129, Live Dolls. And we get the people who are inside this enclosure going, Master Sun God, please quell your anger. Look over there, flames through the cracks in the sky. The kingdom is doomed. The world is ending. You live dolls will pay for what you did to my temple. My room. This Joker was about to say my room. This Joker was about to say my room. For what you did to my temple and to my pets, to my servants. Making sure that I wasn't getting called. And he's standing there while all the animals that tried to attack Luffy and company, they've all been bodied. And remember, Luffy and company are riding on top of the cat who says they'll make them pay because of, they beat up on the cat in order to use him as a brand new ride. And we get Nami going, why is that guy so freaky? And then Chopper, God, he looks more like a demon. And then Usopp, the town, look out for the slope. And then Luffy, so this is all made out of blocks, huh? Jump, cat! And Izcat jumps over everyone. Ah, Lord Izcat! Hey, if he put in all the work to build this, we gotta split without busting it up. Aw, look at Luffy. Look at Luffy. He went through all the trouble to build all of this, so let's get out of here without messing up anything. Mind you, they show up and they start messing up stuff, so it's kind of late for that. Hey, if you put in all the work to build this, we gotta split without busting it up. And then this cat is going, ow! And his cat just starts barreling through buildings, destroying stuff. What did I just say, cat? Wait, Izcat, what are you helping them? And Izcat is running away from this individual. Meow! Hitching a ride on this cat took us to the end of the world in no time. Huh? No, it keeps going and going. I told you, Luffy! Just look at the schematics for this cat. And Nami has apparently Usopp apparently had the schematics there. Usopp had the schematics of the layout of this place, and Nami just took it and tossed it. I told you, Luffy. Just look at the schematics for this cat. Hey! Don't worry, I've memorized it. Whoa. Look over there, Luffy. You can see the mirror door from earlier. Oh, you're right. And second look, the clouds are just cotton fluff hanging from the ceiling. It might look huge to us, but to a giant, it's just a regular old room. Exactly! And because all the walls are mirrors, no wonder the scenery seems to go on forever. So we'll reach the end in no time. We just have to keep going straight. And it shows that this is a very big enclosure that this person has built. And we see the layout of the room. And we have the world tree that's at one end of this place. The mirrors that make up all four corners of this endless space. The town, Forest Spring, Luffy and company pretty much in the middle. We're already halfway across this so-called kingdom. I see. So you've seen the schematics, and now I'd imagine you have figured out this world, have you? Yet this was originally a holding cell for giants. And this figure has a giant net in his hands now. A net? Is it just me, or is he talking a bit like a samurai? It was built to prevent giants from escaping. It matters not if you reach the wall, for you will never break through it. There is only a dead end. And Luffy and company get caught inside the net, including his cat. De-fu-fu-fu-fu-fu-fu. We got a brand new laugh. De-fu-fu-fu-fu-fu-fu-fu. De-fu-fu-fu-fu-fu-fu-fu. For you'll never break out it. You'll never break through it. There is only a dead end. De-fu-fu-fu-fu-fu-fu. I never thought I would have another laugh that would include F in it. Come on, cat. You're supposed to dodge that. What happened to Lord Iskat? Who's riding on him? Just keep moving. And Zoro and Sanji just burn and cut straight through the net. And everyone just gets out. They broke through the metal wire? No matter. The cruel and violent air god awaits them ahead. And they ate it. They ate it. They just take off. Oh, mighty sun god! We have some bad news about the ear god. It was mysteriously burned to death earlier today. The sight, it was heartbreaking and more than a little ominous. And it shows the remains of the giant rabbit. And it's nothing but bones. Smoking bones now. The sight was heartbreaking and more than a little ominous just before bizarre cracks appeared in the sky. It is an accursed day. They defeated it? Impossible. That was a vicious carnivorous rabbit. Look over there. It's dangerous, it is. What? Is it past the rabbit? It is the rabbit. You silly sod! Thank you, Monty Python. But it was first of all, carnivorous rabbit. Impossible. That was a vicious carnivorous rabbit. My glut bunny? We just found it like that. Defufu. Lovely. Wonderful. These two is how the world works. A script without a script. A story without a script. Unfolding in my little walled garden. I underestimated them. They are more exciting after all. Now the world I created has developed its own evil and its own heroes. History is being written before my eyes. This is the charm of my little life dolls. The mini world that belongs only to me. This might be our only chance. The way out is open to us. Let's flee while we can. Tell all the others. And then Luffy's just looking at him going, what's he laughing about? And mind you, everyone else, like the regular people who were stuck there, they trying to get out. They trying to get out too. Now dance and struggle in my palm. Harudi may accept you, but I do not. So what is your move? So he knows of Harudin. Okay. Well, they know of Harudin. Special attack, Green Star! Skull Blast Grass! And Usopp blows up the mirror. No good! It only broke the mirror! And then Usopp goes, that wall is really tough! And then Luffy just cracks his knuckles and goes, okay, I got this one. Good. Yes, this pleases me. Helpless dolls fighting back against fate. Best story ever. Part of the world is despair and hopelessness, and part of history is defeat and disappointment. The tragic folly of the week, and yet so brave. A real tearjerker. This dude loves talking, doesn't he? Am I the only one feeling like he's really going in on this? He is talking so much! I'm so glad to have you in my collection. Ultra Rare Luffy, Ultra Rare Zoro, Ultra Rare Nami, Ultra Rare Usopp. Wait, how does he know who we are? Ultra Rare Sanji, Ultra Rare Chopper.
What does he mean, ultra rare?
Time to bust open a hole. Mini Gear 4! It wasn't a typo! He can use Gear 4 without... I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! What did I say? I said this. Either it was a typo or he's learned how to use Gear 4 selectively now. No more does he need to assume the full form. He can now use Gear 4 in the same way he's used Gear 3rd. Mini Gear 4. Time to bust open a hole. Mini Gear 4. And his arm enlarges like it does for Kong Gun. But it's just his arm. Gear 4 has become the near Gear 3rd. Ah! Luffy has evolved! Gear 4 has become the new Gear 3rd. Gear 3rd after the time skip, that is. Now he can use it selectively. People thought he was tripping. And part of me thought, like, maybe it can't be. It can't be. It can't be. Either that was an error, or Luffy has learned how to harness Gear 4 without going full-bodied. But that's the case. He now can use Gear 4 the same way he can use Gear 3rd after the time skip. Just select the body part and it just instantly becomes large. And he extends his whole fist behind him.
Hey, Usopp, natural disasters aren't anyone's fault, right?
I mean, sure, earthquakes, floods, lightning, you can't blame those on anybody.
Well, I think we've been through plenty of enough terror for one day. I'm sick of this guy.
I get it, but we don't want to anger the giants.
And then Sanji, with tears in his eyes and an angry face, goes,
I know how you feel, Nami. I feel that same rage towards this jerk. I just can't get the thought out of my head, out of my mind of him changing your clothes. I won't rest until I crush him to bits with my foot.
You mustn't do that, Sanji. I wouldn't worry, though. He'll get his divine retribution.
And it shows this sun god individual standing there, and he's thinking back to when Moonin was talking to him. Mugen, not Moonin, but Mugen.
Mugen, what have you brought me this time?
Gah!
Wait, this is the Straw Hat crew. Gah? The giant pirates were sailing out to escort them back. Don't they realize what happened? They seem so very asleep. Did they pass through the sleeping mists on the route to Egghead?
And wow, okay, so we know what this guy looks like. He reminds me of Kabaji. To a certain degree, he reminds me of Kabaji. He too wears a striped scarf and has hair kind of covering his side a little bit.
Don't they realize what happened? They seem very deep asleep. Did they pass through the sleeping mist on the route to the Egghead?
And then it cuts back to when apparently this guy and Harudin were talking.
Are you insane?
Not at all.
When I heard that Harudin had cast aside his dignity and became his henchman, I was furious. Does that make me a member of the new giant pirates a henchman too? An almighty warrior of Elbaf, subservient to some tiny human? Has he no pride?
And this is this guy looking at Luffy, who's fast asleep.
Just look at this tiny frail figure.
And this dude starts. Okay, this is bad. This dude starts speaking in like a flustered voice, lovey-dovey voice, while he's also holding Nami.
But Nami's here. She's my Oshi.
Whoops. And it cuts to and it cuts to them starting to wake up until this dude puts them all back to sleep again.
I need you to go back to sleep. And when you wake up again,
So now we know who's the one who changed Nami's clothes. It was a handsy giant. Oh, Lord. Oh, no. Okay, so at first I was kind of like, Sanji, you don't need to go overboard beating up a giant, but given the fact that this dude was kind of relishing the fact that he got to change Nami's clothes in like a weird sort of way, yeah, Sanji, go ahead and crush his skull, by all means. But back to the present. Sorry, I'm droning on again.
You'll simply go missing to the rest of the world. Instead, you'll be stuck in here with me, struggling to get free. I will not serve you. You will serve me.
He doesn't know much about the Straw Hat crew, does he? He doesn't know much about Luffy. Luffy doesn't serve anyone. But by all means.
Huh?
Are you ready, Zeus?
I'm positively crackling, Nami!
What is that? I never made that.
Take it away!
And it shows Zeus, who has become a gigantic thundercloud, lightning cloud, up above this guy.
Lightning blast!
And his whole body gets engulfed in this ginormous lightning bolt. Remember, this dude's a giant, and his body got engulfed in lightning. And everyone's looking at this sun god dude going, "What? The sun god!"
I hate to leave, but we gotta go. So long, Kingdom of Blocks. Come.
Outside at last. Take that, giant perf. And then Usopp is having his hands held together. Nami is holding on to her climb attack, smiling because Zeus did a good job. Chopper is going,
Please let it be Albath outside.
and Luffy smiling. Izcat is, meowing. Kogan! Yeah! We're outside! And it ends with Luffy just smiling, going, aha! And he's just got a big old cheese on his face, and that's the end of the chapter. Okay. Okay. So now we're okay. Let me see. Oh my God, it's Road. It is Road. I never knew his name. It's Road. He was the navigator of the new giant warrior pirates and was formerly an S-class ranked mercenary for Buggy's delivery. You'll have to forgive me if I never knew his name. Wow. Hold on, let me see. And they don't give trivia as to where his name was first revealed. Makes his debut in the anime. Birth is mentioned during Big Mom's flashback. Birthday is revealed. New giant pirate's rank in Buggy's delivery is revealed. Yeah, it's Road. I'm not gonna call him Sun God anymore. It's Road. Someone that was with Harudin. Wow, it's Road. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay, I didn't expect to see that. So that explains why he's so hostile. Because not only did he was working with Harudin, but Harudin decided, you know what, I'm gonna serve under this tiny little human. And Road, being a very proud warrior of Elbaf, saw an opportunity to keep Luffy in company as his own little personal playthings. Saying like, I'm not going to serve you, you're going to serve me. Making the big assumption that just because Harudin was serving under Luffy, even though Luffy doesn't really care about that, it would mean that he would be serving under Luffy, which is something that he doesn't want. Now we know who it is. It's a person that has a vendetta against the entire Straw Hat crew because someone he knows joined him. Join the Straw Hat Grand Fleet. I mean, wow. Wow. I didn't know either until I saw Tekking's video talking about how Road could possibly be this sun god. Tekking's got some future sight then for him to be right. Good God. Grown man playing with dolls. Bruh. Road. Get you some SH figure arts, bruh. Just get you some SH figure arts. You know, ones that aren't breathing. And then you'll be straight. What you doing messing with real people for? What's wrong with you? Wait, is he finished? Yeah, CDs, you got here late. I done already finished. Let's see, guess old Road doesn't feel that Luffy is worthy of being followed. He will learn the hard way. Oh, he gonna learn. When Dory and Broggy show up and Road is being like, how can you defend this person? When Road finds out that the sun god he's pretending to be is actually Luffy. Yeah, his video was like 6 days ago. This dude has future sight a week in advance. Tekking's got future sight 6 days in advance. That was a perfect speculation. That was right on the head. Sometimes Tekking scares me with how accurate he can be. But yeah. So that's pretty much the whole thing. So him going on this big old tirade, all like history is being rewritten before my eyes. This is the charm of my little live dolls, the mini world that belongs only to me. So not only does he feel like he's a god, but he also thinks that he's doing the world a favor by keeping Luffy and company here. This dude is crazy. He's crazy. When Dory and Broggy show up, and they're chummy with Luffy. Oh no, Road is about to get a rude awakening. Mind you, he just got electrocuted by a giant. In comparison to an actual giant, a gigantic bolt of lightning. So he's already been hit by that, and Luffy, who has now fully displayed that he's capable of using Gear 4 selectively rather than coursing it through his entire body, which means that when he said Gear 4 back then, it wasn't a typo. He can use Gear 4 selectively now. This will create some interesting tension with Dory and Broggy and even Harudin. Yeah, Road is on that... I walk the lonely road. Luffy's their friend, and I thought I was a god. That is literally Road's thought right now. If I keep Luffy and his company here, then they'll serve me, and then Harudin won't have to serve underneath this straw hat Luffy, who's just a tiny, frail, fragile little human. Not really paying attention to the fact that Luffy is beyond insanely strong. And that if Luffy truly wanted to mess up Road, he possibly could. But, you know, delusions of grandeur. So this was a nice chapter. This was a very nice chapter. You know what? Hold on. Let me pull up today's chapter. I wonder if they got the chapter notes in here. Yes! Nice. All right, cool. So we can go through this. The people beg the sun god to calm down because of the damage that has already been brought to the land of the gods. But he yells that he can never forgive this wrong against him. As for the Straw Hats, Luffy becomes impressed by the time the sun god put into creating this block world, so he tries to avoid destroying it while the crew makes their escape. Luffy then asks where they are going, as Nami reminds him that they are following the blueprint she picked up, though she quickly discards it, explaining she memorized the entire thing, and as long as they keep going straight, they'll reach the exit. The sun god pulls out a net made of steel wire and traps the Straw Hats with it, revealing to them that the room they are in is a detention center, and it was designed to keep even giants from escaping, so their attempts are futile. Then that means that Luffy is possibly as strong or possibly stronger than a giant because he just broke through the wall. Okay. However, the Straw Hats are undeterred as Zora and Sanji easily cut through the net, allowing the crew to continue running. Though shocked they cut through, the Sun God tells them up ahead is the domain of the Ear God, but he sees its skeletal remains, leaving him in disbelief they took it out, revealing it was actually a rabbit called a Glut Bunny. After that, the Sun God starts laughing maniacally, musing how his miniature guardian has taken a life of its own since he brought the Straw Hats to it, but while he says Harudin may acknowledge Luffy, he himself does not. As for the other people, they start plotting to escape the land of the gods while the Sun God is preoccupied. Usopp uses Midoriboshi Dokuro Bakuhatsuso to break the mirror, skull blast grass, to break the mirror, but he was unable to break the wall behind it. Luffy prepares to shatter it as the Sun God continues to laugh at what he sees as weaklings fighting against their own powerlessness. As Luffy prepares to use Gear 4, Nami tells Usopp how much the Sun God has enraged her, with Sanji agreeing, though it seems he thinks the Sun God is a pervert who undressed Nami to put her in her outfit. Though she calms him down, saying he's due for some divine punishment. In a flashback, it is revealed that the Sun God is actually Road, the navigator for the new giant warrior pirates. He sent his raven Mugen out, and it returned with the 1,000 Sunny with the Straw Hats on board asleep. Road figures that they fell asleep while they sailed through the sleeping mist belt, but he comes to see this as an opportunity because he was against Harudin swearing loyalty to Luffy, a human, considering them inferior to giants like himself. Great. We got the Elbaf version of Hody Jones. That's fantastic. We all know how that went. When they start to stir awake, Road quickly put them back to sleep and put them in his set, thus explaining the events from before. As Road continues to gush over having the Straw Hats be his living dolls forever, Nami uses Zeus to zap him, leaving him temporarily immobilized. Luffy then punches through the wall, allowing the crew to finally escape. But what awaits on the other side causes Luffy to smile. And apparently we are not going on break after this. Let's see. If you walking around like he a god, what if he knows a lot about the Sun God Nika, and when he finds out Luffy is a real deal, he's gonna freak out? Look, he's still got to deal with Dory and Bragi. Let's see, he's a god, all right, a god dang fool. Yeah, he is a fool. And I guess Road doesn't read the news coup, otherwise he would know what a monster Luffy is instead of drawing silly conclusions. The thing is, after that thunderbolt, it looks like Road is still standing after that. Granted, we could see him fall down unconscious next chapter, but for right now, he's still standing. Yeah, he's still standing. He's still very much standing. I doubt they make papers this size large enough for giants to hold. That is a good point. That would take an enormously large tree for information to be given to a giant from a newspaper. That's a good point. That's actually a good point. But going back to this, chapter notes. The Sun God is revealed to be Road of the new giant warrior pirates. Road was originally against becoming part of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet and is acting behind Harudin's back. Oh, this is going to be bad. This is going to be bad for Road. After sailing through a sleeping mist area, the 1,000 Sunny with the 6 captive Straw Hats asleep was picked up by Mugen at sea and then delivered it to Road. Luffy can now employ Gear 4th on individual parts of his body. Now, this is just a straight-up confirmation, but we saw this in the last chapter. The Straw Hats managed to escape the land of the gods, a.k.a. Road's personal detention center room that he's got numerous people trapped in. That explains the other people who are trapped in there. It's for Road to be like some god. This dude literally thinks he's a god. To Kyushu, answer your questions about Nami in the beginning. Who put those clothes on Nami? Well, we just figured out who did it then. Yeah, we did. We definitely figured out who that was. However, to juxtapose myself and give merit to your own claim, Ozzy, they must have known they were at Egghead somehow, though that can easily be worked around like Shanks told them or something. It could. I wonder. That is something about Elbaf society. How do they get information? I know what I said. Information. How do they get information? How do you get information? How do they get information? How do the giants get information? Makes you wonder how they're privy to things that are going on in the world. They don't have giant newspapers unless they have trees that are bigger than giants and they can make newspapers that way. And they need a ton of ink for that. So how do they get information? They just get people to tell them that what's going on? But yeah. See, at first I was wondering when we first realized who changed Nami's clothes. And now we know that it was some dude. Probably they have magnifiers. I was thinking that as well. Like you get a regular newspaper and then you just get a really big magnifying glass for them to read. That's the first thing that popped into my head. He heard himself. Yes, I did. So now the question is, who do you think is going to be the one that beats up Road? Because Dory and Bragi, they are close to the Straw Hat crew. Harudin is especially close to the Straw Hat crew, especially towards Usopp. You know, he's the one that raised up Usopp to look like God Usopp. So we already got 3 giants who are already just happy to be around the Straw Hat crew. Happy to be associated with them. Happy to call them friends. So if Road tries to go out of his way to try to exact some revenge or try to prostrate himself as like, we're giants, we're better than humans. No. Either the giants get him or Luffy does. I feel like it has to be Harudin. He's Road's captain. Yeah, when you think about it, when my subordinate is acting out, it's my job as a captain to sort them out. So it remains to be seen, though, because we have no idea where Harudin is. We don't know if he's on Elbaf or if he's out doing other things at the moment. But I feel like Road's time trying to look down on the Straw Hat crew, those days are officially numbered now. Because like I said, he gives me strong Hody Jones vibes. Whereas Hody Jones saw anyone who was human as less than so, less than them. Fishmen are superior to everyone, including humans. The same mentality that plagued Arlong's mind, and that got his clock cleaned by Luffy as well. Now we got a giant that looks at humans as inferior to them as inferior to them as well. So, yeah. I feel like Road's gonna get bodied too. Can't wait for that. Let me see. And I repeat, Road's behind, meet Harudin's foot. Exactly. He needs more spotlight. That was a clean fight, Hody Jones. Hody Jones don't need a spotlight because the dude is suffering the after effects of heavy steroid use. Hody Jones ain't gonna have no time to shine. Oh, wait, you're talking about Harudin. Where's Harudin at? Yeah. We don't know where Harudin is at. The last time we saw from Harudin, he was leaving Buggy's delivery service along with the rest of his crew. And that was around the time when they were that was around the time when the warlords were in the process of being abolished. So Harudin's location is currently unknown. But given Luffy's happy expression when they finally burst outside of this place, it has to mean that the next chapter we get will formally introduce us to the world and land of Elbaf. Because what we got, we're just inside of an enclosure, inside of a detention center where bad giants are supposed to be detained. Literally a jail cell turned into a human enclosure. No, I mean, Harudin needs more spotlight. I liked him, how he is quiet. He is a quiet like giant. Yeah, don't worry. I got what you mean. You're getting the playback after I had said it like a minute prior. So it's like it's that little delay in between what you say and what I say after that. So it's all good. But now all we've seen of Elbaf currently is just inside of this closed-in room inside of what appears to be possibly a giant castle or a castle-like area or even a dungeon-like area. This could well be a dungeon. But now Luffy and company are bursting outside into what could possibly be not even possible. Them bursting out into Elbaf. Road really made a dollhouse. Really made a dollhouse and played God. But gods don't bleed, though. So, and this dude got fried. Even though he's kind of still standing, he got fried. But I'm prattling on. Please forgive me. I feel like the next chapter we get is Luffy and company showing the vast land. Okay, I'm going to call it right here. I'm going to say it right here. When we get the next chapter of One Piece, we're going to get like a wide double spread panel shot of the land of Elbaf as Luffy and company are sailing out towards it, like a big landscape shot of Elbaf. I feel like we're gonna get that. Like a double spread panel showing, and I want to say specifically, Luffy and company are gonna be at the bottom right corner, or maybe the center right section of the page, and it shows the vast land of Elbaf in the middle. I want to say either pages, what is it, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. 1 to 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to say pages maybe 3 and 4. I want to say that. That's my assumption. I could very well be wrong, but I feel like we could get a double spread panel shot of Elbaf in the next chapter as Luffy and company are launching out into the landscape, and we get to see it in all of its glory. And then after that, we get narration of what this land is. And then we go on from there. That's my assumption. That is my big old assumption. Now, I'm just saying that off of like what could possibly happen, and that's just that. But it would, or at least what would look cool to me. But that's it. What if they do a perspective angle view of Elbaf? Maybe. Where you don't see Luffy and company, you just see it from their eyes, and it's just like a double spread panel of the land of Elbaf, and we get to see it in all of its majesty. That's my assumption. That is just my assumption. Not a theory, but just an assumption of mine. Road reminds me of that anime, the Magus' Bride. Oh, I know what you mean. The main dude that basically has like the deer head. Ah, I know what you're talking about. I never watched that anime. I've always wondered about whether or not I should watch The Magus' Bride. I always wondered about that. Ooh, I wonder if they will have an Elbaf chef, the oldest giant. Chief. You said chief. I ignored the I and said chef. Chief, the oldest giant. So, Jarl. I think Jarl is... Hold on. It was either... Which one was killed by you, Big Mom? Yorul was the one who died. Jarl was the one who is still alive. But we don't know if Jarl is still alive. Status currently unknown. When we saw him, he was already 345 years old, making him one of the oldest living beings ever. If anything, we know they have a king in Elbaf. Sure, yeah. Because as far as we know, Jarl, let's see, is a giant, known as a hero of the giants and one of the world's oldest warriors. With the biggest beard in existence. Former captain of the giant warrior pirates. Exceptional warrior, even among the giants of Elbaf, alongside Jarl, who he is deeply respected as a hero, with Harudin showing utmost admiration for him. So, if anything, it'd be interesting to see the king of Elbaf. I wonder if they're going to mention Big Mom in Elbaf. I'm pretty sure Big Mom's name is probably considered taboo, considering her at 3 years old killed one of their most revered giant heroes. So I would think that them speaking... Yo, Juke! What the heck? Why didn't I get a notification for the live stream? I don't know. You got the bell notification turned on, right? I hope so. Like, when it comes to, new uploads and such. If you do have it turned on and it still didn't tell you, Yeah, YouTube needs to fix that. So you guys know exactly when I go live. She's gonna have an involvement, at least in spirit. I feel like it. I don't know if Big Mom is gonna have like a major involvement, but I'm pretty sure her name will probably come up the moment we meet Loki. I feel Big Mom's name is probably gonna have all your notifications turned on. Then that's odd. That's something that YouTube needs to fix. Then, if you weren't able to, get notified, apologize. Apologies. Not apologize. Apologies. I can't say words today. I don't know what's going on. I need food. I need meat. I'm like Luffy. I'm not me when I'm hungry. I need to get food so that my vernacular can get back to where it was before. I was so good at enunciating, and then you deprive me of a chicken leg, and then all of a sudden I can't remember what words is. Yeah, YouTube notifications come on a little late. Sometimes YouTube doesn't always send out notifications, which is very annoying. When some of y'all miss out on the stuff that I'm doing. Juke, I apologize for YouTube. They ain't gonna do it, but I will apologize for them and their inaccuracies. Q on that fairy drink? No, I'm not, because I'm still conscious. Two giants that are alive that we know have a connection to Big Mom is Loki via Lola. And that was only from Big Mom trying to, marry her daughter off to Loki so that she could get access to having a giant at her land. And Gerd, since she was friends with her. Right, Gerd and Loki. Harudin was there as well, because he was growing up. Check your Discord. I posted a screenshot. Hold on, let me see. That's odd. That's odd how the only notification that shows from the most recent thing I've done isn't the recent One Piece episode that isn't even the recent One Piece episode I did last night. It doesn't even show my stream going live. That is weird. That is exceptionally weird. Juke, I once again apologize for YouTube's inadequacies and not giving you the right information or telling you whenever I go live. I apologize for them, and they need to get it. They need to get that fixed. Harudin was there, but they're the two giants I can think of that we know have had an interaction with her. True, Harudin hates Big Mom after she killed one of the legendary giants. Yeah. So Harudin is going to have a problem. Well, actually, it's not just Harudin. It's pretty much every giant. Let's be honest here. The name Big Mom might as well be treated as the name of Voldemort during the Harry Potter movies. Uttering the name of Big Mom. Shh, we don't say that name around here. It's taboo. It's taboo. But yeah, I've drawn on long enough. I'm just sitting here chilling. Typo? Unsubscribe? What? Typo? Unsubscribe? And if the new giant warrior pirates are there, the name Big Mom or Linlin is mud in Elbaf. It is. What about Kaido? I didn't say nothing about Kaido. Oh, if you mean like mentioning Kaido's name is considered taboo, it's not really. It's just that people used to say that name with fear because he was like the invincible Kaido. But as far as Big Mom is concerned, I'm pretty sure in the entirety of Elbaf, that name is treated with utter disgust. And thank you to whoever gifted me a membership this month. Oh yeah, I think it was, I can't remember who was it exactly who gifted so many people like memberships. Once again, thank you to that person. I think it was Roland V-Dub or it was someone else. It was Roland V-Dub or someone else. I think it was during a Warhammer 40k reaction. I was saying that sometimes YouTube sometimes unsubscribes you when you subscribe to other channels. I don't like that. That could explain. I don't like that. That could explain why sometimes my sub count can fluctuate a little bit. I don't think I like that. I don't think I like that at all. We're not here to talk about YouTube. We're not here to talk about YouTube because I know Eric would go on a rant and a half concerning the things that YouTube does. So, but yeah, let's just focus on One Piece for the moment. Just to mess up your algorithms. Yeah, I don't like that. I'm not a big fan of that. I'm trying to get to. I'm working on getting to 100,000 subscribers. I don't need YouTube messing with the algorithm by unsubscribing people from me when they subscribe to others. Didn't realize there was suddenly a subscriber limit to how many things you can be subscribed to. It does, unfortunately. It's a massive glitch and issue that's been around for a while. Okay. Man, I can have a third-eye conversation about these internet, but I'm not going to discuss it. Another conversation for another time. Like I said, I've been droning on. Please forgive me if I've just been talking nonsense and stuff, but honestly, I'm happy that Luffy and company are finally outside. I'm actually glad that Oda didn't resort to, let's just have them run out of the room and then they're just running through this castle area that Road is residing in. I'm actually very glad that he just took the straightforward route and said, let's just go outside through the wall. That's the quickest exit. And Luffy, with his massive strength, even though this is supposed to be a place that holds in giants, Luffy just bursts through it easily with, mini Gear 4. Man, when we gonna hear from Smoker? Last time we saw Smoker, it was during Vegapunk's message, and he was on his, billow bike, and he was dragging behind, this giant canister out on the sea. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm done. I gotta check in with family to see what type of goodies they're bringing home for me to munch on. So, overall, nice chapter. This was a nice chapter, because it means that we're finally going to be going out into the open towards the world of Elbaf. And when we get there, boy, I can't wait to learn about Elbaf. Look, we've wondered about Wano for so very long. Was Chopper seen in this chapter? I only remember the East Blue 5 this chapter, but Chopper was in the last chapter. Chopper was in this one. He's with everyone. Chopper's there. He's there riding with Nami and company, but he's there. Chopper is indeed there. He's the one who was talking to Iskat and is actually translating what Iskat says when Iskat speaks. He's there. Chopper's throughout this chapter. He is definitely throughout this chapter. So yeah, Chopper's there. Let's see. What if Elbaf has the first cube book poneglyph, whatever it was called, Road poneglyph? Do you mean the Road poneglyph? Last I checked, one Road poneglyph is under the possession of the man with the burn scar. Ah, yes, good food to absorb with your proboscis. I do not have one. I was just smacking my lips. But yeah. We'll have to see. Because I feel like we're going to learn so much in Elbaf. We learned so much in Wano, the history of Wano, its people, its culture, the way they do things, and the finding out that it was under the tyranny of Kaino, and we learned so many things during the Wano arc, including Roger in his prime just chilling and seeing how strong he was during that time, even while he was dying. This dude in one scene, y'all remember the anime, Roger could barely stand, and then as soon as he put his hat on and he walked outside, the dude was looking like he didn't have a uncurable, massively debilitating disease. And we got so much lore from just Wano alone. Honestly, I feel like Elbaf might end up being one of the most lore-heavy, based, and meaty, not chapters, but meaty arc that we get, even more than Egghead, even more than that, because giants have been around for a while. Giants can live up to hundreds of years. Proboscis is another way of saying nose. I don't want to absorb food with my nose then. I don't want to absorb food with my nose. That's not where food goes. I don't want to be like Wanze, where he's cooking noodles and he's shooting noodles out of his nose, expecting people to eat it. No!
No, I'll pass. No, thank you. No, thank you. I don't
I don't want it. But I feel like Elbaf is about to be an absolute banger of an arc. But yeah, I'm done. I'm going to end it before this whole reaction reaches a whole hour. Sorry if I've been droning on, just rambling on and on and on. Were they also there during the Void Century? Yeah, Giants have been around for a hot minute. Being 60 in Giant years is like being a teenager to normal people. They've been around. The Giants have been around well past the Void Century. Because remember, the Chiefs, Yorl and Jarl, they're both 300 years old. So that means they predate the Void Century. And if Jarl is still alive, yeah, I feel like we could learn some things. But yeah, I'm done. See you guys next week. All I can say to everyone is thank you, everyone, for your continued support for this channel. I wouldn't be able to do what I do without you. Thank you to all my members. Thank you to all my moderators. Thank you to everyone who just watches me casually. Thank you for everything you do for me, whether it's you donating or gifting memberships to people, or you just being here, liking the video, sharing, whatever it is that allows this channel to just, grow larger. Thank you. You don't owe me anything. Let me just say that. You don't owe me anything at all. None of you do. None of my members owe me anything. None of my moderators owe me anything. None of you owe me anything. And yet I appreciate every single one of you for being here and doing all this stuff for me. I really do. But I'm good. I'm good with today's reaction. It's time to rest, cuz I got some things to do this week. But yeah, all I can say to everyone from the bottom of my heart, thank you, and hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples!